After nearly a decade of anticipation, Five Nights at Freddy's has finally made its way to theaters, marking the long-awaited adaptation of the popular video game series for the big screen. The film, directed by Emma Tammi, has made an impressive $130 million during its global box office debut. With this level of success, it appears only natural for Blumhouse and Universal to consider the development of a sequel. What's particularly exciting for the broad audience that the film has captured is that it leaves subtle hints and clues that suggest a continuation of the eerie events within Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. These tantalizing hints open the door to the possibility of a second installment in this burgeoning franchise. Here's a glimpse of how Five Nights at Freddy's lays the groundwork for a sequel, maintaining the suspense for what might come next. As the marketing campaign for Five Nights at Freddy's unfolded, Matthew Lillard was initially introduced as Steve Raglan, the character serving as a career counselor for the film's protagonist, Mike Schmidt, portrayed by Josh Hutcherson. However, as the story unravels, it becomes clear that Raglan is not who he seems. He is, in fact, the infamous William Afton, the villain from the video game series who was responsible for the disturbing events at Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, including the disappearance of numerous children many years before the film's setting. Afton's true identity is unveiled as he couldn't allow Mike and his sister Abby to remain alive once they discovered the sinister secrets of the abandoned pizzeria. This revelation intensifies the already heated rivalry between Afton and Mike. To deal with this threat, Afton dons his ominous yellow rabbit suit once more, intent on claiming more lives. The situation escalates when Mike realizes that he is confronting the same man who took his brother's life decades earlier. With the assistance of the animatronic characters, including Freddy, Foxy, Chica, and Bonnie, Afton is ultimately defeated, resulting in a catastrophic spring lock failure within his suit, leading to his impalement. In the video games that served as the inspiration for the movie, Afton also finds himself trapped inside his suit but miraculously survives despite the severe injuries inflicted by the suit. The film hints at a similar fate, with the animatronics dragging the desperate Afton away. The fact that Afton is still twitching and gasping for air in his final moments before the credits roll suggests the possibility of the villain known as Springtrap making a return, just as he ominously promised. Who is Garrett and what happened to him? The core of Mike's character development revolves around his unrelenting obsession to uncover the identity of the individual responsible for his brother's tragic death. Mike believes that by delving into his own memories and exploring them while he sleeps, he will be able to unveil the identity of the killer. This unique technique grants him the ability to communicate with the restless spirits that have taken control of the animatronic characters from Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Through these interactions, he hopes to understand their motivations, particularly their interest in his sister. Interestingly, although Mike's ability enables him to converse with the deceased, it never provides him with the opportunity to connect with his own brother. Garrett, who was abducted and ultimately met his demise at the hands of Afton, remains conspicuously absent from Mike's interactions. This raises the intriguing possibility that Garrett's spirit could be associated with an unseen animatronic character. In the source material, it is worth noting that the 5 children presumed to possess the animatronics were not the sole victims of the serial killer. Freddy's was a widespread restaurant chain with numerous branches across the United States. While Afton was still alive, he left a trail of violence and sorrow, taking the lives of many children in the process. If the film series opts to follow a similar narrative path in the future, it could unveil additional Freddy's locations, each potentially concealing their own secrets. Garrett's presence in one of these locations becomes a compelling prospect, considering that Mike's primary objective is to find closure and peace for the family tragedy preceding Abby's birth. It appears peculiar that he has the opportunity to interact with other spirits, yet not with his own brother. The inability of the police to apprehend William Afton due to a lack of evidence, coupled with the suggestion of several years passing between the initial murders and the events of Five Nights at Freddy's, leaves the door wide open for more abandoned restaurants with untold secrets. Mike's quest to reunite with his brother could continue, and this time he may not be alone in his pursuit. One of the most significant plot twists in the film adaptation of Five Nights at Freddy's deviates from the implications in the video games, revealing that police officer Vanessa, played by Elizabeth Lale, is, in fact, William Afton's daughter. This revelation transforms the dynamics of the story, as Vanessa, after the reveal, lends her assistance to Mike and Abby during the final confrontation with the merciless villain. Shockingly, her own father stabs her without displaying any remorse for his actions. As the film concludes, Vanessa finds herself in the hospital, receiving treatment for the injuries sustained during the harrowing battle. However, with the possibility of Afton still lurking within his yellow rabbit costume, She may become a crucial figure in future attempts to confront and neutralize him once and for all. Furthermore, the credits of Five Nights at Freddy's leave tantalizing hints of a continuation to the story, with a mysterious voice uttering the words, "Find me," before the screen fades to black. This message is reminiscent of the mysterious 8-bit minigames in Five Nights at Freddy's 2, which convey a similar plea to the player, urging them to find a way to rescue the trapped children within the animatronic robots. However, since the film adaptation's narrative diverges from the game's storyline, the identity of the person sending this message remains a mystery. Could it be Garrett? Could it be William? Or is it an entirely different individual with their own motivations? With a serial killer on the mend, two fractured families ensnared in the same conflict, and lingering unresolved questions, the central characters of Five Nights at Freddy's could easily return for another chapter, especially considering Abby's desire to revisit her friends, despite the dangers they posed. Blumhouse, known for producing successful franchises such as the modern Halloween trilogy and upcoming sequels like Megan and The Black Phone, is well-versed in cultivating popular cinematic universes. With the promising box office results from the film's release weekend, the future appears bright for Five Nights at Freddy's, hinting at more to come in this thrilling saga. And that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed our deep dive into Five Nights at Freddy's. If you agreed with our take or think we missed something, please let us know in the comments below. Remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you never miss out on our future movie reviews and discussions.